You know, my mama's life was worth just about $28. Now, maybe you better tell us where you got this money, Hound.
You just take it easy, boy.
I think...
Tell us.
Whose throat did you cut?
Back off, Jack. If there's any accusations, the sheriff will make them.
Well, that's just where we're going, boy. Come on, we
want to see the sheriff. Wait,
All right, move. Here they are, Jared. All patched up and free to go.
We sure want to thank you for
Don't
squaring.
thank me. The fines and damages to that restaurant will come out of your pay.
It wasn't our fault, Mr. Barkley. When we saw that Frisco Hound flashing all that money around, we figured...
You figured wrong. Now, the way I hear it, you acted like a bunch of self-appointed vigilantes. I'm ashamed to say you worked for me. Now, get back to the ranch.
What are you gonna do, send me back to San Quentin?
He paid your fine so you wouldn't have to spend the night in jail.
Come on, Keno. We'll find a hotel room for the night.
Jared, do you realize what you're doing? Taking responsibility for that one?
Sheriff?
He's trouble. Nothing but.
Let's go, Keno.
Look at that. They used to lock us up at sundown, Quentin. First time in 9 years I've seen them. You got one of those?
One what?
Star. I've got one. Can't see it. Never have and never will. My ma used to say, Keno, you was born under a dark star. You was born into this world owing $2, with your neck already sized up for the hangman's rope. Your pa with his hand somebody else's cash box, and your ma a common woman. She used to say, Keno, you got a life of looking through prison bars ahead of you unless the Lord's gentle enough to let him hang you when you're still young. That's what she used to say. And she was right. She sure had the power.
Look who's coming.
Oh. I didn't hear anybody call quitting time.
Come on, Keno.
Terp, you get on that proud bar. I'll let you give him a hand. Well, welcome home, Jared.
Glad to be back. This is Keno Nash, my brother Heath. He's signing on.
Well, we got plenty of work for you. It's all right over there. The fellow that had that run-in with Yankee and the boys?
Yeah? Wasn't his fault.
As I understand it, the odds are 3 to 1. Let's hope he can handle those stumps as well. This is Keno Nash. You can pass out your names later. How would he say we get this stump pulled up?
Ain't this job enough? Without you asking us to work with a Frisco hound?
I ain't asking you, I'm telling you.
With all respect, Mr. Barkley, there's plenty of good men for hire without hiring a nobody that's bound to cause trouble.
Everybody in this valley got reason to hate the hounds.
Ain't never been a one of them any better than a wild animal.
Since when is the hiring on this ranch put up to a vote?
It ain't that, Mr. Barkley. It's just that...
It's just that we ain't about to go to work with no Frisco hound, that's all.
Jared, you got any cash on you?
Some?
Any man that wants to pick up his time, see my brother. All right, pick up your pay or get back to work.
It's not much of a welcome, Keno. Better than a poke in the eye with a stick.
I've never been poked in the eye with a stick. Give him a hand with that stump.
Just keep him here with you this morning, and I'll try and find him something around the ranch.
All right. Sure you won't stay and pull a few stumps with us?
See you at the house. Let's go.
Yankee, come out here, will you? I want you to look over these traps. Fix any that need it, huh?
Them bears still plaguing the cattle up in the foothills.
That's right. That's why I want you to get on it as soon as possible.
And which first, the traps, that busted thrasher, shoes for your mother's saddle horse, or that windmill that's broke down over by the
Yankee,
new
if
plum
I didn't know
orchard?
you better, I'd say you were complaining.
The ranch is growing, boss. There's just more blacksmithing than my two hands can do.
Yankee, I'd say you need some help.
Oh, Jared, he...
And I think I've got just the man for it.
Come on, Keno. Let's get you settled in the bunkhouse, and I'll show you around.
Keno. How'd it go?
Wasn't much different than the rock pile.
Why, he did more work than any two men put together.
Keno, this is Yankee, our blacksmith. What would you say to going to work for him as his helper?
Mr. Jared.
Yankee would be more than willing to teach you the trade.
Guess we got off on the wrong foot yesterday. What do you say we forget and start fresh?
Got no quarrel with you.
Come on into the smithy. I'll take a look before you decide.
So that's what 9 years in prison does to a man, huh? I was in the courtroom the day the jury convicted him. Have you forgotten how wild he became when he heard that verdict? How he screamed? Screamed he'd kill you if he ever got the chance. Well, what?
Kind of foolish, isn't it?
Bringing him here? It's like putting your head in a lion's mouth.
Oh, he hasn't tried anything.
That doesn't mean he won't.
Nick, I helped rob this man of 9 years of his life. I figure I owe him. I need you and the family to help me repay him.
Can't very well say no, now can we? Well, I just hope it's never the choice of easing your conscience or saving your life. Put your foot there.
First thing you learn in this smithy is you do like I tell you. When I tell you. Now, step on the other bar and try to pull open its mouth.
That's the hard way. I'll show you the right way.
It ain't hard, Keno. It just takes knowing how.
Make you think you was back in prison, didn't it, Hound? Huh? Kind of jumped there. Sounded kind of like the jailer clacking his stick alongside the bars, didn't it? Huh?
No trouble.
Oh, I don't want any trouble either, Hound. No trouble at all. But are you sure you don't want any trouble? Huh?
Have I got a choice?
Ooh. You got a real choice, Hound. You can stick around here where you ain't wanted. Or you can get out. Go on down the road.
You ain't gonna run me out with no axe handle, boy?
I wasn't thinking of doing that. I wouldn't try and run off nobody with an axe handle, least of all somebody's been hired on personal by Mr. Jared. But I got to thinking, Hound. You know that jail could work against a man, you know? What I mean is that if things was to start happening around here, that a person that's been to jail might get blamed for, well, that poor old soul could be right back behind the bars San Quentin again, couldn't he? Huh? Ain't that right, Hound? Looky there, Hound. Kind of give you the willies, don't it, huh?